Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Steven, and I'm your host today for a very unique event, the 67th Calgary Booster Club Sports Gala, presented to you virtually from a studio in Calgary. Such are the adjustments we make in 2021 while complying with health and social restrictions intended to keep us all safe and protected. There is no live dinner, no silent auction, and unfortunately, we're not able to listen to live acceptance speeches like we've enjoyed in the past. We've gone technical on you today and are streaming this production to computers, tablets, and mobile devices and smartphones right across the entire world. It is different, but like so many in Calgary, we're adapting to a changing world, and we're so glad you chose to join us today. Some of the individuals being recognized today have had to wait an entire year to receive this honor since the 2020 Sports Gala dinner last April was canceled due to the pandemic. For the grants and scholarships presented to our aspiring athletes, we'll be honoring 2 years of recipients, 2019 and 2020. The Builder Awards and the Athletes of the Year were previously selected in winter 2020. The Booster Club boasts a long, colorful history along with the tradition of the annual Sportsman of the Year dinner. Here's a look at some of the history.
Since the 1950s, the Calgary Booster Club has existed to provide, to use a baseball term, a backstop for sports. Whether it be a league of teams or individual athletic competitions, the Booster Club has worked in the background to support athletes and competitions. For 66 years, the Calgary Booster Club has honored volunteers and one particular sports leader, the Sportsman of the Year. The Sportsman of the Year dinner has not only featured recognition of outstanding individuals who have dedicated their lives to sport, but also provided a place where sports celebrities and Calgary sports media gather together for a night of fun and celebration. The list of people who have provided many nights of laughter and thoughtful perspective is long, and this dinner remains a highlight of the Calgary sports year. For 2021, the Calgary Booster Club is doing things a bit different though. Our focus this year is not on one particular individual, but rather a collective thank you to the entire battalion of dedicated sports volunteers within the city of Calgary. The goal remains to recognize excellence in all of its forms, and this will happen within the confines of your screen. However, when it's appropriate to do so, we will again gather to celebrate all that is great about Calgary sports. So, with that, the Calgary Booster Club presents the 67th Virtual Sports Gala.
Thanks, Mark. Good afternoon, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, young athletes. My name is Carol Hermanson, and as the president of the Calgary Booster Club, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to our presentation this afternoon. On behalf of the directors of the Calgary Booster Club, I welcome all to the very first Virtual Sports Gala. Before I go much further, I'd like to remind all that in the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika, Ganua, Buccanany, the Tsuut'ina, the Nakota Nations, the Métis Nation, and all people who make their home in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. This past year has been hard for everyone, and challenges have been many and varied. We have witnessed amazing determination and commitment in the sport community from volunteers, coaches, athletes, and administrators. Programs have not been delivered in the typical fashion, but through the use of video platforms and other creative adaptations, you have managed to continue moving forward. You should all be so proud of yourselves for keeping your goals in sight and refusing to give in to the challenges presented by the worldwide health crisis. Hopefully next year, we can gather once again and enjoy sport, but more importantly, enjoy our company together. Since we last gathered at our CBC Sport Gala, we have sadly lost a number of members of the Booster Club family. Carol Kyle, 2012 Soy, Dennis Kadatz, past president, Nelson Saunders, former director, and Russ Peake, media special recognition recipient. For many others, there have been personal challenges over the past year, and for those that have lost a loved one or friend, or for those that are coping in hospital, our thoughts are with you. The Calgary Booster Club is fortunate to have such a great group of directors. who have continued working from their home, ensuring that our programs have been supported. I am pleased to announce that we've been able to continue to distribute over $100,000 in grants and scholarships to our Calgary and area athletes. To the CBC directors, I thank you for your hard work and commitment to the Calgary Booster Club. I would also like to thank WorldPlay, Directors Chair, and Acorn Printing for their patience as we learned how to adapt to a new way of presenting awards and for putting this virtual gala together. Thank you. During today's program, we will recognize and honor many gifted athletes and selfless volunteers. I would have preferred to have presented these awards in person at our awards dinner, but as this was not possible, I hope you will all enjoy this virtual event. A new tradition created in 2019 was the creation of the President's Award to recognize an individual who's been a long-serving contributor and supporter of the Calgary Booster Club. This year, it gives me great pleasure to present the President's Award to Don Buccanany. Thank you, Don, for everything you've done and continue to do for the Calgary Booster Club. Please enjoy this video presentation.
The President's Award was started in 2019 and honors those individuals within the Booster Club who have offered dedicated service to sport. This year's recipient is Don Buccanany. Growing up in Trail, BC, Don settled in Calgary and embarked on an outstanding 34-year career in education. Swimming and diving were his true passions, though. A successful coach, he also served as the official starter at the annual Calgary High School swim and dive meets for more than 20 years. Don's community involvement is equally as impressive, serving as president of both the University of Calgary Swim Club and the Lindsay Park Sports Society, now Repsol. He was a board member and official for Swim Canada and Swim Alberta and served as Swim Canada team manager for both the Barcelona and Beijing Olympics, as well as the 2007 World Swim Championships. Don has been a volunteer directing for the Calgary Booster Club for 24 years, including a term as president. He has been an active member of the Booster Club Awards and endowment selection committees. He was also the Booster Club's representative on the former CODA Board of Directors for many years. Don was chairman of the original Calgary Booster Club Wall of Fame, which originated at the Lindsay Park Sports Centre before moving to its current home at Winsport. Fundraising at yearly updating remains under Don's guidance. This past few months, Don took on a key leadership role in the organization and planning for the event we are taking part in today, the 67th Calgary Booster Club Virtual Sports Gala. The Calgary Booster Club is honored to recognize this outstanding individual with the President's Award for 2020-2021 for his many contributions to sport in Calgary and specifically to the Calgary Booster Club. Congratulations, Don Buccanany, for this well-deserved recognition.
Thanks, Carol, and congratulations to Don Buccanany on your recognition as the recipient of the President's Award. Very well deserved. Right now, we'd like to present some grant money to some worthy recipients. The first provides funding for the under-16 athletes, the Bob Freeze Sports Grant. Bob Freeze was an early president of the Booster Club in 1959 and 60, and in 1965 was the Sportsman of the Year, and his lifelong passion was his commitment to grassroots sports. Bob passed away in 2011 and left a very generous donation to the Booster Club, which is administered through the Calgary Parks Foundation. The legacy of Bob Freeze continues today with this award in his name.
In recognition of his support of young athletes, the Calgary Booster Club provides awards of up to $1,000 to young athletes up to the age of 16 years old. In addition, the Calgary Booster Club may choose one organization each year and will provide financial support up to $15,000. The latest recipients are
Our next awards are named after a long-standing leader in Calgary, Art Smith. Art Smith was a founding member of the Calgary Booster Club and was a wartime hero, a Calgary alderman, an Alberta MLA, a three-time MP, and a Canadian delegate to the United Nations. A member of the Order of Canada, Art was Mr. Calgary and volunteered his expertise to countless Calgary institutions, including the Calgary Homeless Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Calgary Olympics.
The Art Smith Amateur Sports Legacy Fund is a partnership between the Calgary Booster Club and the Parks Foundation Calgary and provides grants up to $1,000 to assist amateur athletes. The following deserving athletes are the recipients.
Now we have 3 awards that are specifically aimed at high school athletes: the Greta Schwartz, the John Mayall, and the Harry Hood Awards.
The Greta Schwartz Award honors the top female student athlete in grade 12, recognizing her achievement over 3 years of high school, not only athletics, but also in academics, leadership, and citizenship. This award is the second oldest award, first presented in 1958 by the Calgary Booster Club and the Calgary Senior High School Athletic Association, and was named after an outstanding physical education teacher at Western Canada High School. The Greta Schwartz winner for 2019 is Rachel Gitter, who attended James Fowler High School. Rachel represented her school as a member of the volleyball, basketball, badminton, field hockey, and track and field teams. The winner for 2020 is Carolyn Bursey, who attended St. Francis High School. Carolyn represented her school as a member of the volleyball, badminton, field hockey, and track and field teams. Congratulations to the Calgary Booster Club Greta Schwartz Memorial Award winners. The John Mayall Award honors the top male athlete in grade 12 and recognizes achievement in athletics, academics, leadership, and citizenship. A former Booster Club Sportsman of the Year, John was a pioneer in Calgary high school sports and director of high school education in Calgary for 25 years. The John Mayall winner for 2019 is Colin Petrillo, who attended Sir Winston Churchill High School. Colin represented his school as a member of the football, basketball, rugby, and track and field teams. The winner for 2020 is Bill Tye, who attended Queen Elizabeth High School. Bill represented his school as a member of the volleyball, basketball, badminton, rugby, and soccer teams. Congratulations to the John Mayall Memorial Award winners. The Harry Hood Award is presented annually to the top student athlete in Division 1, 2, and 3 football, with the support of the Calgary Stampeders as our presenting partners. It is named in honor of former Stampeder Harry Hood, who went on to become an outstanding coach and mentor before his untimely death from cancer in 1954. This award is the Booster Club's longest-standing award and was first presented in 1956. This year's recipients are Sam Carson, Trent Sample, and Alex Yang.
The Calgary Booster Club has supported athletic and leadership development at the post-secondary level since 1977. And today, scholarship money is distributed to worthy student athletes from the University of Calgary, Mount Royal University, SAIT, Ambrose University, and St. Mary's University. Here are the 2020 and 2021 recipients as selected by their institutions.
The Calgary Booster Club is proud to support athletes of all ages and will continue to fund our tech school and local universities.
Now we turn our attention to a profession that is critical to the sports community, and I mean Calgary sports media. Today we are toasting an individual who's had a long history in the Calgary sports media, reporting and made immeasurable contributions to the local sports scene. Born in Smeaton, Saskatchewan, Daryl Slade began his media career as a writer and statistician at the Saskatchewan Valley News and the Saskatoon Star Phoenix before moving to Calgary in 1978. His 38-year career with the Calgary Herald covered the gamut from amateur sports to professional sports in every discipline available. Whether it was football or hockey, badminton or billiards, Daryl was there offering insightful and impactful commentary. A multifaceted professional, he's also had many of his photographs published in the Herald.
A lover of all sports, Daryl donated his time to amateur sport, particularly fencing, where his late wife Paulette was an active participant. Since 2020, Daryl has been writing daily Calgary Stampeder and CFL historical items for Twitter. His love of sports history has taken him down many paths, and his attention to detail resulted in multiple statistician positions in football, baseball, and hockey. He was responsible for the Calgary Booster Club initiating separate awards for both male and female athletes of the year and the creation of the Henry Viney Trophy. The Calgary Booster Club is proud to recognize Daryl Slade as the sports media recipient for 2020.
Each year, the Booster Club reviews a lengthy list of nominees and recognizes a select group of volunteers with an Honored Athletic Leader Award. This prestigious award acknowledges the long-serving, selfless, and often quietly unnoticed years of hard work and dedication behind the scenes to creating and ensuring that local sports opportunities happen. Here's a video that includes the honored athletic leaders being celebrated by the Calgary Booster Club today.
At the annual Sports Gala, each year, the Calgary Booster Club pays tribute to long-serving Calgary volunteer sport leaders and builders and coaches who have been nominated for recognition as the result of years of service, numerous accomplishments, and distinguished sports involvement. These are typically the hard-working individuals who remain behind the scene without fanfare, recognition, or reward, and who are primarily responsible for ensuring that opportunities for aspiring young athletes exist. Those individuals who receive the coveted Honored Athletic Leader Awards become eligible for nomination as a future Calgary Booster Club Sportsman, Sportswoman of the Year. Today, the Calgary Booster Club is proud to celebrate and convey gratitude for the contributions of 9 sport leaders recognized as 2020-2021 Honored Athletic Leaders. congratulate John Curry, an active volunteer for 35 years. John has also been awarded Calgary Citizen of the Year, being inducted into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame and receiving the Order of Canada. As a coach, Derrick Dillon has had a significant impact on countless athletes and participants in the sport of lawn bowling. Derrick's commitment to coach education is also demonstrated through his work as a national coach developer. Barb Elm's involvement in ski jumping and Nordic combined began nearly 20 years ago when her son Richard was recruited as a young athlete. Barb has also learned the skills necessary to volunteer at the highest levels of NC sport, including several Winter Olympic Games. As a member of the Calgary Rowing Club, Richard Galway has been an active participant as both an athlete and board member. Richard was also instrumental in welcoming para-athletes to the sport at the Calgary Rowing Club, adapting equipment, assisting athletes, and providing coaching on and off the water. Larry Jones's contribution to the sport of rugby started in Hawaii in 1976. Since then, he's been active with coaching and administrative duties. Larry has served in the presidency of the Canucks senior board member since 1994 and coached for 23 years, leading the U18 team to numerous city and provincial championships. Darlene McLaughlin started her love of Little League by playing. Then she was a parent of a player, and then became a league secretary and finally a league president. In 2012, she was nominated to the Little League International Board of Directors. If that isn't enough, Darlene was also a Skate Canada judge for over 30 years. Robert Frisbee Rob McLeod is a world champion holding 6 Guinness World Records, 13 World Championships, and a Canadian distance record in his sport in the last 15 years. Robert has been a motivational speaker talking to over 375 schools and 125,000 students about anti-bullying and how to help overcome this obstacle. Joe Patron has been a coach, teacher, and administrator with the Calgary Catholic School Board for over 34 years. Joe has the responsibility of scheduling referees for over 1,000 games each year. In 1967, Gordon Prusky was a founding member of the Canadian Federation of Provincial Schools Athletic Association. Gordon's particular passion has been track and field, in particular the throwing sports of shot put, discus, and javelin. Gordon is a man of many talents and has been a successful teacher, coach, administrator, and an official at local and provincial levels.
Now comes the portion of today's gala where we recognize Calgary's best athletic achievements in 2019. There were no top athlete selections for 2020. Our first presentation is the Jack Gregory Award, presented to the top Special Olympics athlete in Calgary. This year's recipient is Amber Harriman.
The recipient of the 2019 Jack Gregory Award for Special Olympics Excellence is multi-athlete Amber Harriman. Amber has been involved with Special Olympics for 11 years and has participated in many sports, including rhythmic gymnastics, figure skating, golf, athletics, 5-pin bowling, powerlifting, and soccer.
Figure skating I've been doing since I was 7, but then I came back and then we found Special Olympics, and then I started figure skating first before I started doing rhythmic. I was a really shy kid, and sport has always brought me out to keep doing better.
Amber competed at the Special Olympics Alberta Provincial Winter Games in her hometown of Calgary and captured 2 gold medals in figure skating. Amber was also proud to be part of Team Canada and compete at the Special Olympics World Games in Abu Dhabi. There, she was at the top of her game, winning 7 gold medals, 5 individual and 2 group medals.
It was a really cool experience to get 7 gold medals. Yeah, like we went to Abu Dhabi, amazing place to go, and to just have the 7 gold medals, it was just an icing on the cake. Like, it was just a lot of fun to have all of that, and yeah.
Support from Amber's family is key.
My family has been there everywhere. They support me so much. They hold me when I'm down and when I'm up. And they'll always be there for me, and I love that.
Amber is also an accomplished artist through the Infinite Art Center, and not only has shown her art in Scotland, Ireland, Dubai, Hong Kong, and Korea, but also curated art shows in Calgary and surrounding area.
I do a lot of mixed media, paintings, started working with clay. I like to mash things all together, yeah.
We are honored to present the 2019 Jack Gregory Award winner, Amber Harriman.
Oh, I keep telling people that I'm gonna be 60 and keep going. I'm just gonna go until I can't go anymore, so. Thank you, Booster Club, so much. I appreciate everything that has happened, and the award, I truly am proud to be accepted for this award. Thank you very much.
The Henry Viney Trophy was first presented to Calgary's Female Athlete of the Year in 1987. This award honors the memory of Henry Viney, the longtime sports director at CFCN Radio Television. This year's recipient as Calgary's Female Athlete of the Year is diver Kaylee McKay.
Diver Kaylee McKay is the recipient of the Henry Viney Trophy as Calgary's Female Athlete of the Year.
I've been diving since I was 5 years old, so I mean, it's part of my DNA, it's in my blood, but one of the biggest things that diving has impacted is really my way of life. You know, growing up, it's a very demanding job to have with school and sport, as well as moving at 16. That was a huge step and a huge impact that diving had on my life. I moved at 16 without my family from Calgary to Montreal to pursue my Olympic dream and start synchro with Meg, which I'm so thankful for, and it was such a great opportunity, and there's been so many great opportunities, but diving has definitely had a huge impact on my life.
Kaylee had an outstanding 2019 on the world scene where she competed in her specialties, the tower events. At the 2019 Pan American Games, she captured gold in the synchro diving category with her partner Megan Benfito, as well as taking home the silver medal in the solo event. She also won 2 World Cup bronze medals and participated in the prestigious FINA Diving World Series, winning gold and silver at the FINA Grand Prix and placing 4th and 7th at the World Championships.
I think diving is very interesting for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons I love it as well. I think it's really interesting just because of, you know, all of the components that we have to integrate to be able to perform on the top of the 10 meter. There's a lot of things that people don't see, the behind the scenes of dry land and strength training and mental work, as well as like the artistic part of it. I think that that's a really cool part of diving, is the artistic part and the uniqueness as individuals. I think that it's cool to see all of those components put together for, you know, a split-second thing that we do on the top of the tower, and all of the hard work that we put in is really for 5 seconds of competition. So I think that all those together make a very, very unique and interesting sport.
Other nominees for the Henry Viney Trophy included curler Chelsea Carey, swimmer Danica Ludlow, and Carla Shibley from paracycling. Congratulations to the 2019 Henry Viney Trophy winner, Kaylee McKay.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to send out a huge thank you to the Calgary Booster Club for awarding me with the Henry Viney Trophy this year. I am so, so grateful. I've been working very, very hard, so to be acknowledged as the Female Athlete of the Year is just incredible, and I really, really appreciate it. I grew up looking up at Sydney Klassen and Kaylee Humphries, and to know that they've won this award before is just so crazy, and I'm so honored. So thank you guys very, very much. I am currently training in Montreal for the Olympics as well as the World Cup, which will be in April. In Tokyo, it'll be the test event for the Olympics. So I'm working very, very hard and trying to stay healthy and safe and pretty much isolated except for going to the pool. So again, I just want to thank everybody for your support, and I appreciate it so much. And I hope everyone has a good night and stays safe and healthy, and hopefully we can get back to normal soon. Thank you.
The Scott Mamini Award, initiated by the Calgary Press Radio TV Sports Club in 1958, was presented annually to the city's Athlete of the Year as chosen by the media. In 1987, it became the award presented to Calgary's Male Athlete of the Year. The 2019-20 Calgary Male Athlete of the Year is none other than Calgary Flames captain Mark Giordano.
Calgary Flames defenseman Mark Giordano is the recipient of the 2019 Scott Mamini Award as Calgary's Male Athlete of the Year. As an undrafted player, Mark has played his entire NHL career with the Flames and distinguished himself by winning the James Norris Trophy as the top defenseman in the NHL for the year 2018-2019. This honor makes Mark the only defenseman in Calgary history to win this prestigious trophy while wearing Flames red. That year, he was also a first-team NHL All-Star and became only the 5th defenseman in history to score 60 points at the age of 35 or older. For his commitment, he's been recognized by winning the ESPN Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Award, as well as the NHL Foundation Player Award and the Mark Messier Leadership Award. Other nominees for the Scott Mamini Award included Stefan Daniel from Paratriathlon, Dane Doby from lacrosse, golfer Wes Heffernan, bobsledder Justin Cripps, Brady Lamont from ski cross, baseball player Mike Soroka, and curling skip Kevin Cooey. Congratulations to your 2019 Scott Mamini Award winner, Mark Giordano.
Thank you to the Calgary Booster Club on naming me the Scott Mamini Male Athlete of the Year. I'm really humbled by your decision and honored to become a small part of your outstanding 67 years of supporting sports in Calgary. I'm also very happy to share the stage with Kaylee McKay and Amber Harriman for their athletic achievements. Congratulations, Kaylee and Amber, well deserved. Let's hope for next year's Calgary Booster Club's Awards Gala that we can all be together in a true celebration of sports and fellowship. Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
Since 1954, and under normal circumstances, the Calgary Booster Club has annually recognized and honored an individual, either male or female, who has made a significant impact on sport in Calgary. A SOY is an individual who has contributed unselfishly in their role as a sport leader and will have typically contributed a minimum of 25 years service as a coach, official, volunteer, and/or administrator in sport. In 2021, however, for this unique virtual Calgary Booster Club Sport Gala, and after enduring the most challenging of years in recent memory, there is a deviation from this time-tested tradition. The Calgary Booster Club has decided that rather than presenting our most prestigious annual award to one individual, we will instead be honoring many. The 2021 Calgary Booster Club SOY Award pays tribute to the numerous local heroes who worked so hard and committed so much to preserving the spirit of sport under the most challenging circumstances. Given the required pandemic restrictions, which limited virtually all your sport participation, it was gratifying to hear about and even witness the many volunteers, coaches, teachers, and frontline sport leaders who adapted so impressively with selfless dedication to keeping young athletes connected, engaged, and motivated. It was a year like no other, and for that reason, the Calgary Booster Club will make a SOY presentation unlike any previous sport gala in our 67-year history. We are all most appreciative for the heroic efforts of support for our young, aspiring local athletes. Thank you and congratulations.
This past year has been a challenge, not only for families, businesses, and how we carry out our day-to-day living, but also for the health of our minds and bodies. COVID has limited the opportunity to socialize with friends, maintain healthy lifestyles, and keep our financial houses in order. The same goes for sport. Athletes and teams have been unable to gather for games and competitions, and it's been a tough road. This is Calgary, however, and many innovative ways have been developed to tap into our need for recreation and competition. Sports and physical movement not only provide outlets for stress, but also lifelines for those who need to run, jump, and sweat. Sports volunteers have been very innovative and continue to be dedicated to their athletes. And our virtual sports gala today has attempted to recognize these people who continue to donate their time to such a great cause. Today is dedicated to those leaders. For all the hard work, dedication, and commitment towards our young aspiring athletes during this difficult past year, the Calgary Booster Club salutes our coaches, teachers, and sport leaders for adapting and creating the means of keeping the spirit of sport alive. Those unsung local sport heroes are collectively honored as the 2020-2021 Calgary Booster Club Sportsmen and Women of the Year.
In closing, I'd like to take the time to thank our many partners that help the Calgary Booster Club continue on. The Calgary Booster Club directors, whom without their collective hard work, none of this would be possible. To Mark Stephen, our MC today, whose time and commitment to the Calgary Booster Club is very much appreciated. Finally, thank you to each and every one of our viewers for joining in the celebration of award winners and honorees. I am very hopeful that next year at this time, we will all be together enjoying the 68th Calgary Booster Club Sportsman Gala. Until that happens, stay positive, safe, healthy, and keep your goals in sight. We look forward to watching as sport return back to the normal standards of play.
Thank you, Carol. That brings to a close the 67th Calgary Booster Club Sports Gala. Please remember to go to our website, calgaryboosterclub.com, and take a look at the many awards that are there. For 2022, we're already seeking nominees for these awards, so please look around to your sports community and see just who might be a worthy recipient. Thank you for watching today. We hope to once again be able to gather in person next year. Stay safe, and when the time is right, please continue to support Calgary's athletes as they pursue their dreams. Bye for now. Drive home safe.